We got various people from across Shropshire, the fire, the police, the health, a whole gambit business together in a workshop, because we're at a point where we have to define what the council is going to look like in the future. Up until now, by the end of this financial year, we'll have taken £120 million out of our spend, but we've got another 40 million to find in the next 12 to 18 months. And the first part, whilst it wasn't easy, but there was things we could do which really wouldn't have a big impact on people. For example, we took £7 million out of senior managers' salaries. In 2009, we had a chief executive, we had assistant chief executives, we had directors, we had assistant directors, and we had lots of them. So we slimmed down the organisation, and we carried on doing most things. You know, people talk about cuts, but when I ask them to tell me some service or something we do that we've actually cut, people struggle, because we really haven't. But going forward, it's going to be slightly different. The challenge, as you can imagine, is getting greater, and we have to design the council to be fit for purpose in the 21st century. And that involves not just how we do things, but what we do. Should we stop doing? Are there some things we've probably got no business getting involved in doing? And it seemed very sensible to me, rather than just have this internal conversation within the council, sort of navel gazing, if you like, to involve the wider community and see if they can help us come forward with some solutions to shape the council of the future. 4 o'clock till 8 o'clock at night. So I had quite a tough day. So by the end of it, I think everybody felt they'd actually really been working very hard. And it was the first stage. We've all gone away. The group I was particularly involved with was around IP&E, the company, what it should be doing, what it shouldn't be doing, and how that should be structured. Well, we're meeting again this week, because following Wednesday, the whole group is coming together in the second phase of this. And for us, before you can really rationally say what it should be and what it shouldn't be, you needed to capture some data. So we're meeting this week, and we're going to sit down and look at the various bits of data and try and understand the finances, the practicalities of what we're proposing to do. The reason that the IP&E company idea hasn't moved more swiftly is because it's been quite complex. And now we understand the issues, and so involving the wider community in this conversation I think would be very helpful. So the following Wednesday, so 2 weeks after the first meeting, we all get back together again and we report back on what we feel, and then we'll try and collate all that information together and talk to the public, tell people what we're thinking of, tell them the results of our deliberations, and see what everybody thinks. In the 2 weeks between the first and the second workshop, we've created an online portal, I think they called it. I have to struggle with the technical name, but it's a website basically where we can put information that people can access. So everybody on the nights, they said we'd like to know this or we'd like to know that, so that was part of the feedback. There will be other things and other pieces of information and data. They'll just ring in and say, listen, what about this or what about that, and we'll make sure we put the data up on the website so everybody can access it. So they'll have all the information they need to understand the problem and help, find a solution, really. We had the right people in the room. We had the lead fire officer in the room. We had Dr. Karen Morton, head of the clinical commissioning group, in the room. We even had Bishop Mark from Shrewsbury. So we had quality people actually working with us, and I think that was the key to the whole thing, is getting the right people in the room, the right quality of person that can take on all this information in a relatively short space of time, and then come back with some interesting ideas that we can then shape as we go forward. The main thing which stood out to me was the willingness of the community to actually get involved and get behind what we're doing. That was really positive. Mandy Thorne, who's the chair of our business board, had said to me some weeks ago, the business board really, they think we're doing a good job, but they really want to help. And I think that that feeling, the community sector, we had the head people from that. People really can see that we've got a difficult job going forward, can understand the scale of the problems we're facing, and just show a real willingness to work with us, to listen and to take on board all the data and come forward with some good ideas. So I don't want to preempt what they're going to say, because there'd be no point in doing it if it's going to be what I thought. But I'm confident that by getting the right people in the room, they're going to come forward with some interesting ideas.